Hello everyone, welcome back to Mini Spoon Asia. Today, we are making one of the most comforting and iconic home-cooked dishes loved across many Asian households, tomato scrambled eggs. This dish may sound incredibly simple. The soft, fluffy eggs combined with sweet, juicy, slightly tangy tomatoes create a beautiful balance that tastes comforting every single time. Today, Mini Spoon Asia is sharing a delicious homemade version that gives you soft eggs, juicy tomatoes, and wonderful flavor that pairs perfectly with rice or noodles. Let's begin by preparing our ingredients. Start with fresh, ripe tomatoes. Try to choose tomatoes that are bright red, plump, and juicy, because these naturally have better sweetness and flavor. Give them a good wash, then cut them into chunky pieces instead of slicing them too thin. Larger pieces allow the tomatoes to stay juicy and keep a beautiful texture after cooking. If your tomatoes are very sour, don't worry, there are simple ways to balance the flavor later. Next, crack your eggs into a bowl and season them lightly with salt. Whisk them gently until smooth and fully combined. You may also like adding a tiny splash of white vinegar to reduce any egg smell and make the eggs taste even lighter. Now, place your frying pan over medium-high heat and allow it to warm up properly before adding oil. Swirl a little oil around first to lightly coat the surface. This helps prevent sticking and allows the eggs to cook more evenly. Once the oil becomes hot, gently pour in the egg mixture. As the eggs begin setting, stir slowly and carefully. Keep moving the eggs gently as they cook. When the eggs are about 70% cooked and still slightly soft in the center, transfer them to a plate and set them aside. Using the same pan, add a touch more oil if needed and place in the tomatoes. If you enjoy extra aroma, you can add a little finely chopped garlic at this stage. Let the tomatoes cook gently as they begin softening and releasing their natural juices. Add salt and just a little sugar to balance the acidity. If your tomatoes taste extra sour, adding a small amount of tomato ketchup can help create a richer and smoother flavor. As the tomatoes continue softening, you will notice beautiful natural juices forming in the pan. Stir in a little cornstarch slurry to lightly thicken the juices. Once the tomatoes are softened but still slightly chunky and juicy, return the eggs back into the pan. Gently fold everything together so the eggs can absorb all that delicious tomato flavor. Finish with a little chopped spring onion for extra freshness and aroma. Tips to make this dish successfully: always choose ripe red tomatoes because they naturally taste sweeter and more flavorful. Never overcook the eggs, because soft eggs create a much better texture than dry eggs. Keeping the balance between tomatoes and eggs at roughly 4 parts tomato to 3 parts egg, which creates the best flavor and texture combination. For today's recipe, you will need 600 grams of ripe tomatoes, 5 large eggs which are approximately 250 grams without shell, 1 teaspoon of salt or adjusted to taste, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, 2 teaspoons of finely chopped garlic if preferred, 2 tablespoons of chopped spring onion, 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup for balancing sour tomatoes if needed, and an optional cornstarch slurry made with 1 teaspoon of cornstarch mixed with 4 teaspoons of water. In terms of calories, this dish contains approximately 810 calories for the whole recipe, depending slightly on the amount of oil used during cooking. Based on the finished weight of the dish, it works out to approximately 110 calories per 100 gram, making it a comforting yet relatively balanced meal packed with protein and nutrients. Tomato scrambled eggs may be one of the simplest dishes you can make. Served with steamed rice, this classic dish proves that delicious homemade food does not have to be complicated. If you enjoyed today's recipe, please like, share, and subscribe to Mini Spoon Asia, and share this video with your family and friends. We look forward to cooking with you again very soon.